Hi everyone, I'm Hindi. I started Great Paws and All, and I just did a video about separation anxiety. So this video will be helpful. It'll kind of link to that because I want to talk about holistic ways to help your anxious dog. Yes, of course, there are lots of medications to try, but this one I'm specifically talking about natural ways. So I am going to leave a link to an article that I wrote about this in the description below because there are 22 different ways or different things you can try, but the video will be too long. So I'm just going to highlight a few of them. Sorry if I keep looking down. I just don't want to miss anything. Now, I know so many senior dog parents who are dealing with nervous dogs, anxious dogs, and it's so sad because they don't know what to do or what they've tried hasn't worked. So let's see if we can find some things you can try that will make a difference. First, let me first talk about what kind of dogs can be helped. I mean, obviously this channel and is about senior dogs. I'm all about senior dogs, but these things can help dogs of any age, really. Who can it help? A rescue dog. Some run into the house, settle on the couch like they've lived there their entire lives. Others are really nervous. They hide under the bed, they hide under the closet, and it takes time. So you need to be patient, but great for those dogs. Some dogs have gotten really spooked, even by a loud noise, and they just never forgot it, and it's caused them some degree of anxiety. They may have gotten scared on a walk. Some dog could have come out of nowhere who was off a leash and really just scared them. And you may have seen that, and now they're afraid to go for a walk, or at least go for a walk in the same area. Dogs that are experiencing some level of hearing and or vision loss can get very, very anxious. I've seen that. I've had deaf dogs and blind dogs, and it can be quite scary. They can definitely live fantastic lives and get used to it, but it just takes some time. Older dogs suffering from dementia, that anxiety is definitely very, very common in dogs with dementia. And sometimes they just all of a sudden become nervous or anxious and we don't know why. Anyway, so whatever I'm going to say is not going to replace veterinary advice, obviously, but not all vets recommend natural options or aren't familiar or don't believe in them, but it doesn't mean you don't, and they certainly can be very helpful, but just always speak to your vet before you try something new. Sorry, I have something that's itching me here. Okay, so here are a few options to get you started. First of all, and they're not in any particular order, a thunder shirt. I'm not sure if you've heard about it. It kind of looks like a vest. It's a tight wrap and it helps relieve anxiety in dogs. It's a calming wrap. The good thing, check their website because I know they used to offer like a money back guarantee, see if they still do, but I know I have never used it on any of my dogs, but I know lots of senior dog parents who swear by it. One tip, don't put it on when your dog is nervous. Put it on when they're calm. And does it help every dog? Not anything I mentioned will help every single dog. It's a question of finding things that work for you and trial and error. And also, you can use things in combination. Again, always speak to your vet. The next thing I wanted to mention briefly is Rescue Remedy. You may or may not have heard about it. They used to say it's something they give to brides. You can find it in health food stores. You can probably find it in more places nowadays, but I used to find it in the health food store. It was for humans. You put a couple drops on your tongue, helps you with anxiety. And we were able to give that to our dogs. But then they came out with a pet formula. It's Back Flower Remedies, if you've heard of them. This one has like 5 different remedies mixed in. It's natural, it's alcohol free. Check it out. My vet even heard about it and he was okay with it. So speak to your vet, but go do some investigating. Check the back website for Rescue Remedy Pet. The next thing I wanted to mention was CBD oil. No, your dog cannot get high because it doesn't contain THC, which is what makes people high. Not all brands are created equal. I know sometimes dogs can get diarrhea. Maybe the person gave them too much or whatever, but they're not all created equal. So I know what's always recommended is to get a brand that's third party tested, which means it's not the company itself saying it's fantastic. It's another company checking the ingredients, the sources, etc., etc. In the article that I'm linking below, you will find a list of brands that senior dog parents have recommended that they have found helpful. Another thing I want to talk about is lavender essential oil. That's supposed to be very, very calming. Never put it directly on your dog's skin, although some places will tell you yes. So make sure you do your research and find out the best way. It's usually burning it in an infuser, but essential oils, you have to be very, very careful when it comes to burning them or using them around pets. So do your research and find someone who is actually very qualified and very experienced in essential oils and animals. Two last things I want. Okay, I'm going to go very quickly. There's valerian and valerian with skullcap. So valerian it's a root that's known for having sedative properties, and skullcap is a plant that has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory and sedative properties as well. You can get them in human formulas. It's always best, if possible, to get the dog formulas so you don't have to worry about dosage. My vet recommended valerian and skullcap for one of my dogs, so check that out. This one was a lifesaver for me. It's there's a lot of dog calming music on YouTube. This particular one was called Through a Dog's Ear. There was a 13-minute sampler, and I am not exaggerating because my dog Red had dementia, and I'm not kidding. She would circle for hours and hours and hours, and there was nothing I would pick her up, put her on the couch. When I discovered this, I mean, there's a ton of dog calming music. It doesn't have to be this one. It's just this is the one I can vouch for because it was a miracle. There were times when my dog had wandered for 2 hours. I played the music, put her on the couch, and I'm telling you, within 1 minute, she was relaxing, and I was relaxing. It's classical music, but it's bioacoustically engineered. I know there are a lot of dog shelters that use it to calm their dogs. Check it out. Visit the website Through a Dog's Ear. Check it out on YouTube. It has a yellow. There's a lot of different Through a Dog's Ear. This one had a yellow cover. 13-minute sampler. I'll try and remember to leave the link below. Check it out, see if it works. Honestly, like a miracle for me. 3 last things I want to mention quickly. Exercise can help with anxiety for sure. Sorry, it's windy out here. The last 3 things are exercise, massage, works wonders. There's YouTube videos, but I would not just trust that. I would see if my vet can help me learn massage techniques properly. And acupuncture can make a very, very big difference, but please make sure you find a qualified acupuncturist experienced in helping dogs. I took my dog Red for 3 months, I think it was, twice a week to a holistic vet for acupuncture. I didn't do it for anxiety. It was for general well-being. And I can tell you that when she stopped, I noticed a massive difference. She was a lot more frail, and it was fantastic. Again, I don't have experience for anxiety. A lot of people in my group do, and they found it very helpful. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this topic. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know, how is your dog experiencing anxiety, and what have you found helps them, because sharing helps others. So if you can leave that in the comment below, that would be great. Have a lovely day, everybody, and I'll see you in another video.